Welcome to the Loaded Dice Podcast, your DM's favorite podcast. I'm the host of this horrible establishment. Diesel, along with me, is two wonderful little co-hosts, little guys.
I am KJ.
I am Hal.
Killjoy.
Yes, KJ and Hal. And, people probably know who I am from the Mana Potion Tabletop YouTube channel. I'm the host on that. But they may not know who the fuck you other people are. I'm going to have to bleep out that swearing.
Are we going to be a PC channel?
I think really... I think the podcast can have swears in it, honestly.
Okay.
You know what? We just add a loud beep.
Yeah,
it'll be funny.
Dude, I swear too much.
You know what? You should make it a clicky clack, a dice clicky clack instead of a beep.
That is gonna imagine I'm driving and then that's what I gotta listen to. You know.
Yeah, just good. Look.
But yes, who are you people? What are you in relation to everything?
So yeah, I guess I'm Killjoy. I run a channel called Adventures in Omdalair. It's a tiny D&D YouTube that's getting its legs. We've released one episode and the others are stuck in development hell.
Well, talk about selling yourself short there, Jesus.
No, it's I'm just being honest. They're stuck in development hell because running a D&D channel is difficult, which we can
yes. Yeah. KJ also does a lot of design at MPT for basically adventures and all
collective.
that. Yeah, which will be a book that comes out later. It's okay, we can talk about it. I talked about it on another podcast, which means that it's real now.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god. It's real? It's a thing?
Yeah. So yeah, I've created one module and there's another one loaded and we just need to finalize it.
Yes. I do need to take a look and read it. I just haven't had time. This past week has been pretty freaking crazy.
To be fair, Killjoy, I think you said that you were going to send it to me to read, and then did you send it or have I not?
I thought you were a part of the in the VC.
Oh, it's in the thing. Yeah, I just don't ever look in.
No, you're good. I completely understand. Honest. I will send it to you after we're done here, and you can
No, I see it now. The horse thieves thing. Okay, cool.
Yes, and Hal, who are you?
I mean, I'm the co-writer in the module thing that you've got going on. I play in these.
We gotta work on this PR branding.
I play on Killjoy's channel. I've played a few games on Diesel's stream channel. I guess I kind of taught Diesel to DM 5e as well.
That's crazy.
and gave him like all the advice on how to salvage his Cyberpunk game.
Damn.
So
crazy.
And I write some scripts for the channel too. Not this one, the other one.
How is it co-writing the Untimed West?
It's you know what? It's not really the co-writing part, it's the writing part.
For clarity here, Hal is my co-author on the book that we're working on.
Yeah,
and more so than that. Well, yes, but like it was very all over the place. You know, I'm trying to sell you I'm trying to sell the public on how amazing you are and why you're qualified to give advice.
They'll know why I'm amazing. Jeez.
All right. You're very humble.
Sell them on the quality of advice, not the credentials. It is the internet. People. Credentials don't exist.
Yeah, exactly. And also, if I'm the one that taught you how to do everything you do, then that puts me the step above you. So really, you should be asking why you're here. You know. He's speechless, guys. He's speechless.
To put it in perspective, I mean, KJ probably less so than Hal, but both of you play D&D almost as if it was like your job. Like you play that
I mean, we try but someone's not editing our magnum opus.
Yeah, the problem is that you guys gave me like the biggest bugbear project ever.
Well,
again,
And then
go
it
back
doesn't
to-
help that I've been banging out like 80-hour weeks.
Yeah,
well, have you considered quitting your work week and focusing
Well,
entirely
you
on
see,
D&D
if
like
I do
we did?
that, then my entire store will collapse underneath itself,
nothing
and I will
bad
be
has ever
giga
happened.
poor.
Nothing bad has ever happened from a YouTuber quitting their day job.
Yeah. It's a lot, but I
Mhm.
know we got to talk about that at some point, but that's for another time, not now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Wow, we're blue balling the chat, the viewers, the listeners.
you're so
This
used
is-
to being on my stream that you
I
immediately
am.
assume there are people listening.
Yeah, I just call it chat. Everything's chat.
Yeah, well, we cracked that joke in
We
DC
do.
where there's no chat, which is crazy.
Yeah,
That
we
is kind of the
are
style at the
very
time.
chronically online.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we wanted to do a little podcast that was more or less about giving advice and like, like a live play is like awesome, but maybe you don't got 4 hours to watch an episode of Critical Role. So this is
or Underlit.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's gonna be a thing.
That
Can't
will
wait.
be a thing.
Someday.
We're gonna be so good, guys. I promise.
I mean,
But
it's really
yeah, so
funny.
I just passed 1,000 hours in Foundry for DMing.
Oh my god, no
That's
way.
crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many hours I've been in Foundry.
You've definitely, it should tell you how many
Yeah.
hours.
You would have to go check. But
Yeah.
Oh no, because you don't have the portal before you go into the game. You've just
No,
got
I
the
just
game
have
screen.
the raw app.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
man.
it might not tell him.
There's no way
Yeah,
that you
it
haven't
won't-
passed over 1,000 hours too.
Yeah, I would say I probably
Yeah.
definitely probably hit 1,000 hours in the first year I've had it.
But we're here today. We didn't really determine a topic, guys.
Well,
we-
I mean,
we-
since you brought up Foundry, we could talk about virtual tabletops and whatnot. Which ones are good or bad?
Oh my
Which
god,
ones you
what an
don't like.
amazing idea, KJ.
It is so smart. See, if we
Um,
didn't have KJ, it would just be us going, okay, so now what do we talk about back and forth for like 3 hours?
That's so funny. I do have a Google Docie of like things that we might have ideas for the
Already?
podcast. I'll jot them down. Yes.
What do you?
It's
What the
me.
fuck? How? It's been
I'm
like
just-
20 minutes.
Well, it's blank. I've just made
Oh.
one. So
Oh.
eventually I will put down ideas, but
I
like
was
it's blank
going
right
to
now.
say, Jesus
I
Christ.
was gonna say that was
Killjoy.
very quick.
You call me MTAT or whatever the hell it is.
Oh,
so.
Adun Mentat? Yeah.
Yeah.
People love it when I make that joke in like real life. I've been like, hold on, I don't remember that. I'm not like a Dune Mentat. I can't roll my eyes in the back of my head and then get the answer. And every
All
time
right.
I make that joke when I'm working, people are like, oh my god, this guy's so funny.
Earlier, I was talking to Kat, and we were talking about Resident Evil, and he was like, he was asking like what the settings were for all the Resident Evil games, and I was like, I don't know. This is something that KJ usually Googles, but he's not here right now, so I guess I'll do it.
But yeah, so virtual tabletops, we each use them differently. What we roughly use the same ones. I mostly play in Foundry, but I have cobbled together my own custom VTT out of like Jamboard and the Discord whiteboard function to basically use D&D Beyond as the roller and then Discord as the map. What do you guys use?
Well, but what we're going on from that. We need to break it. We gotta get into that a little bit.
Okay. So, in 2022, I was using Jamboard, which was a Google thing. They killed it. Really fun thing to use. It's just a whiteboard, but you could just throw in an image as the background, and so I used it as a map.
Oh, like it does on the Discord whiteboard.
Yeah, exactly. So same functionality. We had to figure something else out. This is for my old group. We don't play much anymore because adult stuff. But
Boo.
the biggest issue was it was time consuming. You had to load every asset. I had to use Token Maker to make the tokens fit, otherwise images would be all over the place. There was no in-game dice functionality, so you'd have to have multiple windows up, and for some people, it just slowed them down. The nicest thing is that you could, it had a very decent what's the word I'm looking for? Resolution for the map. If you knew, I think it was 1080 by something 920. I think 1080 by 920. I think is that the resolution, and that fit in the background, so you could then do like measurements and whatnot based on that, and it wasn't terrible. It worked for what I was using it for, which was simple stuff. Before that, we were using what was it? We were using Google spreadsheets, and so we were using colored cells for our
spreadsheets.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. So basically, we'd outline the grid of the map, because you do custom outlines for all the cells. So you'd make the map, and then you do colored cells for different things. That was even more time consuming, but you could hide things in white text or same colored text, and be big reveal when you change the color of the text, and everyone would be like, oh no, it's a trap. Biggest thing though is there was no art, so people were less engaged. I've learned through VTT that art really does sell the scene, so if you're going to do like a VTT that has assets, it helps to engage people.
Yeah.
That's the thing I've really noticed with like VTT DMing versus like in-person DMing, is that people are kind of okay filling their mind's eye, but the second you put a computer in front of them to play a game, they like need the visual stimulus to help sell the scene.
Yeah, I haven't done table D&D since COVID. Which is crazy. Last game I ran in person was Rime of the Frost Maiden when it was new.
I think I'm about to admit to something really crazy.
Yeah,
you've never DM'd at a table.
I've never done IRL D&D. It's all been online.
It's actually kind of crazy that you've never done it in person.
I know.
Like,
it's okay. When we all move into a castle together, we can do D&D in the castle.
We're all gonna move into the mana potion compound.
No, the mana potion castle, Diesel. You're thinking too small.
You're really trying to gussy up this whole cult aesthetic right here.
Look. Well, the castle has a girl, and she haunts it, and
her
she
name's
likes
Sarah.
A book club. She likes book club.
We could play D&D with the ghost.
Yeah, we were making joke. I was making a joke that we put a Ouija board at the table, and maybe sometimes it moves.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
And then we all clap for Sarah, and she's just like, I cast fireball.
This is a bit that has gone on when I wasn't present. I
understand.
I mean, I tried to include you in the bit by sending you the same video. It's just you didn't bite the same way everyone else did, man.
Look, she sold me on the idea of haunted castle D&D. It would be so
fire. Oh, wait, in that horribly dilapidated castle that was
the horribly dilapidated castle. It has Wi-Fi.
Are you kidding? I would play D&D in the rain if it meant playing in a haunted castle.
Well, you don't even have a roof on the castle.
That has sauce.
That's okay, because what you do, you just go to in England, I think we have our own version of Home Depot. I just can't remember the name right now. No, I mean, you could also go to Argos for this stuff. And you just get one of those buildable like gazebo tent things, and you just play in that. You put that up, you put everything you need underneath it, and then boom. And then for the really serious like roleplay parts, you could just like roleplay in the fucking castle. Like, come on, guys, the vibes are immaculate.
B&Q or home base?
I was
For-
thinking about home base,
Got it.
but B&Q is another one.
Yeah.
You see,
Everything in England
Superman.
is named like a cartoon, dude.
Oh, you know, you have never experienced Poundland?
Oh
You
my
love
god,
Poundland.
I fucking love Poundland. It's where it's where I went to get all my little snacks.
Yeah.
It's the only thing it's really
that's like a Dollar Tree or a Dollar
Okay,
General,
but
right?
It is
imagine
absolutely.
everything is actually like $1.
Well, yeah,
And-
it used to be like that here, and then
yeah.
society deemed that we can't have nice things.
Inflation, no one's happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it is as immature as you think, Diesel. Everyone who brings up Poundland giggles about it.
But yeah, well, I was resisting the urge to make the
I know,
obvious
but
joke about
it's okay.
Poundland.
Everyone does it, including the British people.
It is true.
But yeah, I now use Foundry, and I love it so much. My favorite feature is the modules, which are just basically like mods people put into the Foundry. The one I really lean on hard for 5e is the D&DB importer. Really good functionality. You do have to pay a Patreon sub for like $5 or $2, something like that, to be able to import the monsters. But once you import all the monsters,
You don't need it.
it's great. And like it imports all the monsters for of everyone in your campaign. So I have all of the book monsters. It's very good. It's a very good bang for your buck. And the best thing about that is, if I really want a monster and I have run out of planning time, I can just move abilities off of the monsters in the compendium onto this custom monster I'm making, and then just slap it with a new coat of paint and call it something else.
That is probably the best module, hands down. Like, I've used that. Fucking Foundry is the best. Like, literally, I haven't found anything better.
Well, the maps, being able to put walls up, it just makes everything feel really interactive. Everyone has something to stim with. At my table, I give them art perms.
We get to draw in Killjoy's game. It's very fun.
That keeps them busy.
We're not allowed to draw in Diesel's game.
Well, they don't play with the doors, which is the best part.
Yeah, it's true. I don't play with the doors.
You play with the doors in my game. I had to add an entire module that keeps you from using the doors unless you're within 5 feet of the doors.
I know. But you see, I don't do that in Killjoy's game, and he doesn't have that module because he lets me doodle on the page.
Okay, well, you can get a piece of paper in real life.
I don't want to use my real life paper. Okay, I'm procrastinating on doing real art.
There have been hilarious moments where Cat just like doodles.
Oh my god, Cat's
doodles like arms and legs on someone's art, and it just looks so funny.
Every time I look, it's always penises.
Yes,
well, you gotta let them get the penises out for the funny stuff to happen. I promise you, if you enrich them, they will draw gorgeous paintings onto your thing.
And also, you've got like 2 actual artists in your game, so I don't know why
just draw penises.
Okay, but you love dick. You're the Guna guy.
I'm not even broaching that right now. I'm not even broaching that right now. This is like the other version. This is the other version of Diesel. This is the normal version. It's
within the Foundry thing. So the other fun thing about Foundry, just to get back on topic since Al brought it up, everything's really integrated. The biggest issue with the D&DB importer is you have to format your monster spells, everything correctly, or else it will break in translation, and I'm still learning that. But to be fair, D&D Beyond's Monster Maker is bad, which is a completely different topic. We'll talk about homebrewing in the D&D Beyond thing maybe another time. That is a nightmare.
There's a lot of problems with D&D Beyond. I'm sure that's like an entire episode on its own.
Yeah, yeah. But I think the lighting's great. We did so many silly things in the mech game with the lighting.
Oh yeah.
Hal had these little spider bots. I gave them strobe lights by default, so she put them on the board and give people seizures. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then in what was it? Delta Green. We used the lighting feature to give people flashlights.
Oh yeah.
Which was really immersive. They didn't necessarily stay with the character very well, but it was very immersive.
There's actually a module for flashlights too. So.
That's crazy. I would have loved to have that, but that's the fun part is that Foundry, if there's a problem, you could probably find someone who's fixed that problem. It's very open source. Most map makers on Patreon or other websites have Foundry integration at this point. You can just plug it in, and it will load the map. Sometimes it will load an entire campaign, one shot into D&D Beyond for you. Not D&D Beyond, Foundry, sorry.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful.
It's really good. Honestly, if you're making a map at all, I feel like you're kind of like, I have a hard time wanting to pay for a Patreon subscription if I don't get the Foundry integration. Like, I need it because I don't want to put on all the walls and stuff. Not that it's hard or difficult. It's actually really well done with Foundry, and there's some mods that make it even better. But
yeah,
like it's really good. I mean, I think the alternative of this is Roll20, which I'm pretty sure all of us have used, right?
Yeah.
I used Roll20.
I used Roll20 when it was new and it was yucky. Before they added the spooge button.
Oh my god, same.
That's the button that makes it look like there's cum everywhere, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand what that button does. Is that all it does, or is there like an actual reason it's there?
Well, it's meant
just
to
a breath
mimic
weapon.
like different AoEs, but
it's just a breath weapon.
I use it to make it look like the tokens are coming on people. Because I have the maturity of the 13-year-old boy, apparently.
Enrichment. If you keep them enriched, they don't misbehave. I let them draw dicks because otherwise they would open doors.
Yes. I let my players draw on the map.
This is just an intervention for me letting you guys draw on maps.
No,
is that it?
But plot twist. So this is why I wanted Killjoy here. So he could go to bat for our dick drawing, right?
But yeah, I think the biggest issue I had with Roll20 is the loading the assets. Loading assets in Foundry is real easy. I probably do it wrong. I have one folder for all of my assets. You could probably do that way differently.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's like making it really, really common. I have like many folders and layered folders and subfolders.
He does. Yeah, no, I break into his account sometimes.
Yeah, I just throw everything into my little maps folder on my Foundry because I organize all of my actors and maps in Foundry. I don't feel like I need the assets to be organized because I know where brainworms. I know where my shit is at almost all times. It's just finding it in Foundry when I'm using some of the other modules. Like there's a module that lets me. I do a silly, goofy thing in my High Seas Girly campaign where one of Hal's
oh my god, I love
friends is invisible to all the other players. I just gave it a blank transparency so it's invisible to everyone but Hal.
It's really good. It's very
It's
fun.
very funny. She gets walked on constantly, and
She
it's
does,
an
and then we
in-joke.
create a moment. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so funny. And then another thing, when they meet some kind of deific character, I load separate art for each
Mhm.
player based on how they see that aspect of that creature. Very, very immersive for a lot of
Huh.
people.
That's really
Yeah.
neat.
It
I
was
didn't even know
really
you could do
cool.
that.
Yeah, it was one of the. It's a module you have. I got it from you.
Shit.
It's
Okay.
just
I
got
didn't even
specific
know it could do
functionality.
that.
Yeah, you probably use it for randomized tokens.
I don't even remember what I use it for. I got so many
I'll
mods.
bring it
I was
up,
gonna
and
say I've never
it's
seen Diesel use a random token in any
Yeah.
of his
Yeah.
games.
but I've used it for characters who have true sight, so they can see through an illusion, kind of thing. It's very, very useful for like immersive
That's
gameplay based on sight. And then, but yeah, I think Roll20 has. I haven't played in a long time. The biggest thing that Roll20 has is it has a built-in shop. You can shop in the middle of the game.
Yeah, which I used to use a lot. I spent way
Yeah.
too much money on Roll20.
Well,
Which is a
I've been
problem.
looking around. A lot of these tabletop systems are like, you gotta buy into their like service and then also
kind of
buy the
like-
product.
Yeah, it's kind of predatory because I used to use Roll20 a lot until I couldn't afford the subscription, and then it turns out I'm in like a billion space like storage debt to Roll20, so I can never make a game on Roll20 again. Basically, it's why I had to find a different VTT, which is very cringe and gay, and I'm never gonna get to use the cum aspect.
We'll work on founding a Foundry mod so you could get that back.
Well, you see, I don't use Foundry Diesel because my convenience trumps the immersion.
Well, let's
what
put
do
you in.
use,
Let's
Hal?
put Hal in the hot seat. Yeah, what does Hal use?
Hal uses the D&D Beyond VTT.
What's wrong with you?
Okay, guys, it's getting better.
They say that every year. I looked at an article today, and it said that it's getting better. There's literally an article that says, "Look, we had to push back some of the changes we wanted to make. They are coming, though."
What was
exactly? See, and
what was the big one? They tried to load. They tried to make it 3D, and they killed that.
Oh, yeah,
no, that's
that was that was a different. It was a new VTT they were making.
People, but
Yeah.
and it's probably for the best because that shit was way too complicated. I downloaded it and took a look, and it was bad. But they've recently added D&D Beyond's VTT. They've recently added the ability to copy and paste tokens.
Oh, that's crazy!
You know?
I love functionality that's been in Roll20 and Foundry for 10 plus years.
Like ever, yeah. But we finally did it. We finally got there, boys.
Yeah.
Like
that was my biggest issue with Jamboard is I couldn't copy and paste my token.
Yeah, my real biggest, because like here's the thing with D&D Beyond, which I guess it's going to be its own episode, but
I'm sure we can complain about it as much. No, we can complain about it as much then as now. I don't think anybody's gonna miss out.
Well, I like that it's very integrated. So my players only need 2 tabs open at any given moment instead of like the 50 that I have. And everything's together, and it shows it like the little dice rolls pop up as my players roll on their character sheet, so I don't have to reference back and forth. And I know that there's a like browser extension that does that, but like the browser extension's kind of shit and buggy, so like why do that when I can just do it here, you know?
Yeah. I think the biggest issue you have, and this is from me as a player, is you spend a lot of time looking for maps in D&D Beyond.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. My biggest issue is so when you upload when you're looking for a map, you guys mentioned having folders and subfolders that are easily labeled and findable. We don't have that. We just have a giant list of every single map, and if you name it something stupid, good luck ever finding it.
I
This
believe
is
you've
horrible.
named-
This is horrible. What are you doing?
So-
This is like
I've got a map called
this isn't even
Fancy
quality
Vamp
of life.
1,
This is just like
Fancy
the
Vamp
base
2.
features.
No, but Diesel, anytime I upload a map, I can size it perfectly to the token and also the squares, and I never have to deal with the quadruple fucking boxes that you guys have. So who's really winning life?
I will say, Foundry does have shortcomings. The biggest one is probably setting up your server. A lot of people pay for a service. Diesel, I believe you do that.
Yeah.
Just do it for you. I believe I set up port forwarding at some point on my router to be able to do something, and it just allowed Foundry to work for me. So we just play raw, and my computer's able to handle that.
You see, with D&D Beyond, though, it's just included in the subscription that I was already going to pay for.
You just need a subscription, and everybody just needs an account with Hasbro.
Yeah. I think the other shortcoming with D&D Beyond, and this is has to do with the way they set up campaigns. There is a limit on how many campaigns you can have with shared content,
and is really stupid. But also, I think most normal people don't have 7 campaigns going on.
I understand, and yes, unfortunately,
we are not most normal people. I know.
Yeah, we have mental illness.
Yes, we have mental illness
and free time. I guess
too much free time.
Yeah, bad combination.
Yeah.
I guess the other thing with Foundry, to name prices. So Foundry is $50 for a license. That license is yours forever. You pay $50 once, you are good.
Oh, so I say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, until the company goes under. But that's the risk with all VTTs. But the other thing is like you can go to places like, I think I've already brought this up, but modules are really integrated. You can go to places like Drive-Thru RPG. Thank you. And they allow you to buy modules off of there that are Foundry modules, and you can load in. That's how I got all my Delta Green stuff. Through Drive-Thru.
That does remind me. You can do the same thing with Roll20.
Yes, which is nice. I think Roll20, I don't remember how much the subscription is for like the free premium stuff, where it's like you get access to the free library of stuff they have.
It is $10 a month.
That's not bad, but that's 5 months, and you've already
no load screen ads and demi-plane integration, which is another VTT. I don't know why they're integrating with that. That's kind of strange, but whatever.
Yeah.
I know that as far as the biggest thing with Foundry is it's all your computer side, so it will take up the more you play, the more space it'll take up on your PC. Eventually, you will just, whereas Roll20 and D&D Beyond, it's all their side. You don't have to hold on to things; they hold on to it for you.
I will say there is a really annoying bug on Roll20 right now, where like rolling initiative just crashes it on the DM's end.
That's crazy.
But
was that Roll20 or D&D Beyond?
That was D&D Beyond. But
got it. Okay.
In the same breath, we can now, as long as you've bought like it's a module thing, you can now share like art from the books. I can show my Drakenheim people monsters without having to copy and paste it. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
If we're getting into the sauce, I guess we're discussing mouthfeel of VTTs.
Well, like I have a whole list of VTTs that I've like tried. I mean, I don't know. I think all of our gripes with D&D Beyond are all things that like a lot of these other ones solve pretty easily, which is kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
You know,
But
there
then
was
there's like so
one
many weird
VTT
ones that we've played or used.
fucking hated that you used.
I was gonna talk about that one first, actually.
Oh wow, look at us.
If we're talking about like if we're talking about dollars and donuts, like what's the most expensive? I 100% think it's Alchemy VTT. And the
Alchemy
thing is,
VTT sucks.
I don't even okay. I think it has a lot of cool features. I like using it. Okay. But I understand people's complaints with it. So it's like medium priced, right? It's like in between Foundry's affordability and Roll20's monthly $10 subscription, which doesn't get you all the things that you need anyway. But it's like $8 a month for their high version. But the thing is all of these are like a service that you buy into and then you buy the content for, right? And Alchemy is like the most uneconomical from like a purchaser's perspective. If I was a creator, I'd be like, yes, Alchemy, you can have my product to put on the site. But in the same respect, it's like really expensive for like you'd be buying I could open it up. I have it on my PC, but like you could be buying I bought Eat the Reich, which is like a one-shot machine. And it was $60 for everything. Or I could have gone on Drive Through RPG and bought the PDF for $20 and just scanned everything into Foundry, which would have been more work, but like I could have done it. Right. And the whole thing with Alchemy is that it's like a vibes machine and it's supposed to get you in on like the mood. So like every time you load a map, there's like music and there's these moving elements. It's like a live 2D kind of like showcase, and the maps are like really minimalist and the design is really minimalist. So that way you can focus on feeling the vibe of the setting. So like all of the setup for it is like really professional feeling and really like nice. But then the act of playing it can be really confusing because it's not like really good onboarding yet. So you don't know where anything is, and everything's like hidden in menus that are just hidden from view. So
Can I
the
tell you the
experience is really
one
bad.
thing that I liked from the player's perspective?
What?
I liked that you could upload images into the game chat.
Yeah, which is like
That's the
okay, I
only fun I
guess.
had with it.
Yeah, so I'm looking at their sell me on this thing, and I'm seeing the vision. So like what I'm looking at is they have an animated thing for city streets, they have a tavern scene that they're loading into, and then it goes to the map. And then when they select a character, they move it towards the enemy. And then they have their actions listed as buttons, which is really cool. I think that's really cool.
You
I
can
can
do that as a
see-
module in Foundry, though.
Yeah, I can see that, and that's where I'm getting at. It's like I can see the vision. This is just one of those things where it's like I can see feature creep becoming an issue built into this. Whereas with Foundry, your feature creep is your beast that you get to conquer. You get to add as many features as you want, rather than letting the bloat be built in. Which is something I wanted to bring up as far as like accessibility. I think Foundry suffers really bad from you either have to have a module that imports things, or you have to do all of the building yourself, which requires you to learn the ins and outs of each system within Foundry. We've been playing 1E with Ash, and we've been running into huge issues of us not necessarily understanding why Foundry does things the way that Foundry does things for that system.
Yeah. 1E and Foundry. Ash, if
I
you're
think
listening,
1E
we
in
love you to death.
general. Don't blame it on Foundry.
It's not just Foundry, but like Ash has to go and make every single spell that I got as a wizard.
Yeah.
Because
there's no book,
easy,
there's no integration. It's just
to be fair, that's not really like, because why the fuck are we playing first edition?
I
in
know it's our fault.
2026?
And
Yeah,
I guess my point on that is it compounds the issues that exist in systems. So like
yeah,
with D&D Beyond, we originally played with a dice roller that integrated your Beyond rolls into Foundry. It would roll them over there, and that broke all the time. So we stopped
yeah,
using that. And this is where I think the disengagement starts is when you're playing 5e at least. You're rolling usually on D&D Beyond,
yeah.
and there are some people who roll in Foundry. And on like a creator's end, my frustration is when people forget to announce their role, or there's no audio cue for the audience that the rolls happen. So I usually have to like ask to get the roll nice, loud, and proud. And then the syntax in D&D, not D&D Beyond, Foundry is kind of rough. Ash really did all of the legwork to learn that because they had to build macros because people forget their stuff, and finding stuff in your character sheet on Foundry is difficult. Especially we just hit level 20 in my Edrin campaign, and
Yeah, and
Kat's
the
chief
Magnum
complaint is she can't find a goddamn thing on her character sheet.
To be fair, when we were playing 5e with Diesel, it wasn't too bad because everything it already had the macros and stuff set up because there was like these little boxes with all of our abilities that we could press. Which was really good. It had like all our spells listed. We could talk it was just really intuitive when Diesel ran it.
Yeah, but
Whereas
the issue is that all that stuff is like a need to know type thing. Like unless you know
yeah.
that module exists, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah,
And that's the
exactly.
other thing is you got to get a module list when you're playing Foundry, which is again a shortcoming. It's
Yeah.
you bloat the game to the level you think you need to get your players engaged, and
Which is another reason I don't really use it, I guess, because I
yeah,
can't
no,
be
I
asked
get it. I like Foundry because it jives with my play style. I
Yeah.
like the being able to just rip a monster that exists because again, we'll probably get into this in a different when we start beating down on D&D Beyond. But
We're like already being like, I really want to fucking beat the shit
no,
out
we
of
want
D&D
to,
Beyond.
but that is a whole episode. We can't do it.
I still love you. Well, not you.
No, I love it.
But
It is good. It has so many issues that remain unaddressed.
It does
for
have a lot of
years.
issues. Yeah.
But building monsters in D&D Beyond is hard. It has been made harder with the new features that they keep adding. So Mythic is completely unnecessary. No one uses it. I don't know why that button's
Mythic.
I don't know. It existed in Theros once and it has never been used again,
Oh
and
my
no
God.
one likes it.
Yeah.
It just makes monsters bad.
It
But
does.
yeah, so building a monster in D&D Beyond is an ordeal that takes time. Building a monster in Foundry, you do your kit bashing and you can throw that thing out there in minutes. It's very nice. I can make a Minotaur, a barbarian with a couple clicks. And so I really like that. The compendiums are really nice. I can just throw magic items on monsters and it auto-populates the attack for you and whatnot. You don't have to make a whole stat block for the monster. And if you don't want to do any of that, you can just make a blank and put them on the board. They'll have 10 HP, 10 in every stat, and you can have your stat block on the side and just manually roll everything. I don't know why you do that, but you can do that. I think the main thing with VTTs is you use them to the level of functionality you want.
Yeah.
But if a gun to my head, the one that I'm going to use is Foundry. I feel I had a guy come in, so I was doing a shift in the store. Somehow, if you found this and you don't know that I own a tabletop store, and I had a guy come in and he's like, "Look, I'm going to be DMing a game for my brother and his friends, and I've never DM'd before, and I'm using Roll20. And by the way, he came in. I had no idea how Roll20 works, and he's like, "Can you help me?" And I have like crippling ADHD. So the second he said, "Can you help me?" I was like, "Yes."
And he just
and
dropped
so-
everything, left the counter, went to this guy's house
No,
and helped
he
him.
brought
Flying around the
his
block.
laptop, and so I was telling him how to use Roll20, and I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh my god, that's
But-
so you!
that is so funny.
That's such a you thing to do.
The undeserved confidence is so funny.
Oh my god, I
You
need
know
to
what's-
bully you more. I've not
You know
bullied
what's
you
funny?
enough.
You know what's funny though? Is that I was able to figure it out and suss it out and answer every question.
Well,
So,
it is
like,
very
Roll20
intuitive.
Roll20
so-
is Roll20 is both overly complicated. I think if we're talking about like when like things are created, right?
Mhm.
Roll20 feels like it came out in like 2008, you know, where the
Mhm.
web was still using forums. It
Mhm.
feels like I'd go on a Roll20 and somebody would be like, "What's happening forum?" Right? But I go into Foundry, and Foundry feels like when Minecraft came out, right? Where there's this like really deep and wide pool. So it completely changes the game, right? And then all of the tabletops
Oh boy,
after
Diesel.
Foundry
I don't think you're
have
ready
been
to hear this.
what ready to hear what?
Minecraft came out in 2009.
All right. Well, you know what? Nobody was
And-
playing it until like I don't know.
And
The
Roll20 came out in
PewDiePies were playing it.
2012.
Yeah, well, all right, but Roll20 feels like it's cut from like an older cloth of the
Mhm,
internet, right? That's
mhm.
basically
I
the
get
gist of
that.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right? The modularity of Foundry feels like it's a much more recent tool to exist in reality, right?
Mhm.
And then since Foundry, you know, D&D Beyond is like lagging behind and trying to catch up with the two big boys. And then everybody else is like, well, we're going to be the VTT that does this. And then they have like a weird niche. And so like really
you can already
you-
fill those niches.
well, yes, but really what you're choosing between if you've never picked the VTT is like the ease and convenience of Roll20 or the ability to make whatever you want with Foundry. Because if you get Roll20, you're going to be spending a lot more money on more than just Roll20, you
Mhm.
know? But
Yeah.
Foundry, you
I
could
think-
theoretically just spend money on Foundry.
Yeah. I think
Mhm.
Roll20 is like the halfway point between D&D Beyond and Foundry.
Yeah. I just think for me, the cost of entry is really kind of like the big
Yeah.
deciding factor.
For sure.
So one VTT I think I've used that you guys haven't is Fantasy Grounds, and I hated it.
It feels old. I've looked at it.
Yeah. So for how this
Hold
is
on.
what Fantasy Grounds looks like.
I'm pretty sure I have seen this. Yeah. Oh no, I'm thinking of a completely different thing.
It
No,
is
this
also
is the
very
thing I was
expensive,
thinking
by the way.
about.
It is so expensive. And I installed it like forever ago. It will not uninstall from my PC. I cannot get it off of my PC. I've gone in and tried to do
Is it
I've
taking
tried
up a
everything.
lot
I've
of
just deleted all
space?
the files, and just all that remains is the exe that refuses to delete
Oh.
itself.
Well, shit.
If you're a
Yeah,
big Pathfinder
I'm-
guy, it integrates with Pathfinder really well. Same with
It
Savage
does,
World.
and that's why I was
Foundry,
that's why I got it. I got it forever ago because I was going to start using VTT for Pathfinder, but Pathfinder just moved to 2.2e, and I was just like, man, I don't want to have to rebuy everything. I had all the hard copies of all the Pathfinder books. Moving to VTT from paper really was grit your teeth and take it kind of moment, because like it's expensive to move when you start from paper, because you've already paid for all the things and they don't integrate at all, because you're gonna have to rebuy everything you've already purchased. So like that there's a that is one of my biggest like issues with VTTs is that you can take a VTT to paper, you cannot take paper to VTT.
Yeah.
In the same way. And that's the sucky part. I love paper books. I love having my hardbacks. But the VTT landscape is going to probably remain the future of the game.
Yeah.
There's no going back. Genie's out of the bottle. Buying your product digitally is probably the best bet, and that's why, unfortunately, I do have to give D&D Beyond the dub here. You get a hardback with your purchases if you want to. It just costs a little bit extra.
You're paying like retail price for the physical and the digital, which is like I've always been like, it's kind of
they give you a
expensive.
discount,
or is it like
but
it's like a
great.
$10 discount or something?
Let me look it up.
Oh wait, fucking the 2024 Player's Handbook is $60 for physical plus digital. That's actually not bad considering the book is like 60 on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they basically give you the VTT version for free because they want you to have these.
Yeah.
They make more money off the hardbacks. So
and we're all saying this as if we haven't all purchased Skyrim like 4 times each.
Yeah, but it feels different when it's like a rule book, right? Like a rule book feels different than a video game. I don't know why. It does for me, because one like serves like a very like utilitarian purpose. One is just for me to like dick around and.
I will say I do own Skyrim Special Edition and VR, and I have it on PS3.
I have Skyrim, Xbox 360, PS4, PS4 and VR, and on my PC.
So I have a VTT, a type of VTT I want to complain about quite a bit. I think Alchemy is like a good, like it's good for certain groups or certain games. Okay, I think Alchemy has a place. I enjoy what Alchemy is doing. I think it just requires a little bit more onboarding and quality of life experiences. But if I have to talk about one that I'm like, I have a humongous issue with for just its whole identity, it's probably going to be Tailspire. Which do we know what Tailspire is, or do I need to? I mean, I might as well explain it for the people. Yeah. What am I doing? I'm such a hack. All right, so Tailspire is
this is basically what Sigil is gonna be.
Yes, it's the premier 3D tabletop, and I hate the concept of a 3D tabletop with a passion. Okay, I think that these defy the purpose of what tabletop role playing is. I think it's adding like a layer of gamification that destroys the theater of the mind that exists within tabletop RPGs.
So I've played a 3D tabletop. It was in Tabletop Simulator. It was the worst time I've ever had playing a tabletop because the entire time you're just fighting the game, the thing. But I imagine that's true for most 3D VTTs. The resources required to do something that you can do with a like I said, a Jamboard or whiteboard, digital whiteboard is it doesn't make sense to me that you want to move to 3D in a 2D space because you are now divorcing your ability to make these you're adding another degree of separation of creativity because I don't know anybody with the capabilities. Maybe Ash could do it because Ash knows Blender to make a 3D tabletop environment.
Well, you build like Legos in Tailspire.
They have it all for you. It's the same for Sigil.
Yes,
they have it there. But
I understand that, but you're learning a whole new skill because that's a 3D environment. That is a skill. Building a 3D environment is a skill. You need to understand like spacing and understand like feng shui, for lack of a better term. I imagine there's 3D design terms for all this, but knowing how things are supposed to look, and I'll be honest, your dungeon's going to look real weird from your head to this 3D space, and people are going to call that out because it is easier for a mind to make up an excuse to suspend disbelief when there's not a visual representation of why it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and the more you add like this whole extra layer of 3 dimensions means that you can't like describe stuff with your mind's
Also-
eye. So you need to just
Mhm.
add something in advance, or people will be like, I don't see it there.
So I'm reading the reviews for Tailspire. Apparently, you have to pay per person you want at the table an additional $15.
Because they need like
Yeah.
a license or it or something,
Yeah,
which is crazy.
it's like those. It's like a friend swap game where you have to buy it and a discounted version for everybody else.
But it's not. But it's definitely not friend swap price,
No,
because if I
no,
buy it,
because-
it's
Yeah, no,
$24.99.
Also, they still need the game, like the TTRPG.
Oh,
It's just
so they have to pay the 24 and 15.
Wow.
and you have to pay the additional 15. Yeah.
That's awful.
Right?
Awful. What a scam.
What?
Sorry, that's bad. What? And then
Like,
I bet this and this is just my opinion. I bet it runs like shit.
I've had it.
I can't imagine.
I'll say that it does run pretty well. I fiddled around with it.
Okay.
I had so Tailspire was purchased for me by somebody who clearly didn't understand the conceptual idea of a TTRPG, and he really wanted to run it in a 3D setting, and I kept saying
Mhm.
no, but I struggled to tell people no, and so I was testing it out, and that was like a time where I tested it out, and I'm like, I can't do this. Like, this defies everything that I like about this as like a thing. And also it is incredibly complicated. You got to add this whole extra layer into stuff, and you can't
Yeah,
have your
and-
mind's eye fill anything in.
And here's the thing: when Foundry breaks and someone clips through the map, I can fix that. I can hit pause and drag them back in. I can't imagine
talking
you
about
can.
me.
I can't imagine trying to fix a 3D map that broke, because the map builder and the map are probably not the same thing. They are probably completely different modules within the same program, and you would have to end session, fix it, go back, and hope it fixed itself.
Yeah.
Whereas in any other VTT, you could fix it on the fly while it's happening, and because all the building tools are built into the playing environment.
Yeah, this really, I can't even find like a justifiable reason for Tailspire. I don't know. I'm sure the people making it are great people. It just,
Oh yeah.
I feel like the idea behind it is like one of those things where you're like, you know, like in the tech world where somebody's like, we have this problem. It's like one of those things where they like invent a problem, so they start to invent a product around a problem that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. It's like, we didn't really need this.
I make this argument for video games all the time. Fidelity does not equal fun. You're not going to get more fun out of Tailspire that you would get out of like D&D Beyond or Foundry. It's cool. People are going to think like, oh wow, my friend made a video game, but like, brother, you're playing D&D. You've already made the video game. You can just enjoy it. Like, I don't see the need. If you're going to go to this level, get into modeling and make 3D prints, because like you're at that, you're going to the same like level of effort, I guess, because this is the same kind of like vibe I get. Is like the guy who's like, I bought a 3D printer. We're gonna play. I made 3D printed environments. We're gonna play at a table. It's gonna be great. I made a table. This is the same kind of vibe I get off of that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. It is like feature creep Andy.
Yeah. Or I'm like, or we could just play pen and paper and we could get started already. You know, like that whole like vibe where it's like, brother, it's been like a year and a half. Can we just like use theater of the mind? Yeah, you just say, I just want to play my orc.
Never played an orc.
I don't, and I want to.
You
I just
want
haven't
to play
come with. I haven't come up with a good idea for an orc. I will play an orc someday.
I did. So even before this, I had been doing research for like a video on VTTs. There's one that is like, it is kind of like alchemy, but then it's also like its own game, and it's designed as like a tool where you and your friends can like just hop in. You're like, okay, quick little 90-minute adventure, guys. You just hop in, hop out. So it's not the same thing as alchemy, where it's like clearly trying to be the everything app. It is just trying to be, I'm this one game. You come here to play this one little cute game, and then that's it. And it's also very focused on like artists first and stuff like that. And so
That's
I think
awesome.
it's sick, right? I haven't played it. I do want to play one of them. It's called It's called Fablecraft, Tales of Fablecraft. It's like its own system, but it's like designed around just doing like a quick little cute adventure. Hop in. It's a VTT. It does this one game. It does it fine, and then that's it. And it's just got its own system, and it's trying to be its own thing. And I'm like, oh, this is neat. Like, this is very clearly trying to be like its own specific little thing. And they're going through all the lengths to make it accessible to people, which is really the thing that is needed for a VTT, is to be easily accessible.
Yeah, this looks like plug and play levels of easy.
Which is, yeah, but I also think it's kind of sick that it's just like this easily made and just like this small little thing. And it's got all its like own supplements for it, and it's just been quietly being built in the background for like forever.
Yeah, I see they got Felicia Day to help with a module.
Yeah, I don't even know how that happened, but
I mean, she's super plugged in. She was part of Geek and Sundry.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? What's the one? There's a really old one. It's like TeamSpeak, and I'm trying to remember the name of it. Ash tried to use it. What is it?
This
Map something.
Ooh, there's a lot. There's like a one just called like tabletop, shared tabletop.
Map tools. There we go.
Tools.
Yeah, it's literally TeamSpeak, but D&D. It's basically you build a server local. You have to do the port forwarding thing.
They've renamed it RP Tools. Because
Okay.
Map Tools is taken up by a company that makes protractors.
Ah, okay. And then but yeah, we tried it with Ash and we kept running into issues.
This one. Yeah, this is the one I was thinking about.
Yeah, so we kept running into issues where it wouldn't let like a cat or me join, and it was never both of us. It was intermittent. We couldn't explain why, and it most likely had to do with most firewalls being very hypersensitive.
It is 100% free, which is probably the most economical. It does look doo-doo hard.
It is. You do all the work. It has no integration. It is basically doing the same thing as the Jamboard, but you get it has you ever play like fiddle around with RPG Maker?
Yes.
Same concept. You can tile out a map.
I kind of like that, honestly. I think for this kind of hobby there needs to be like a 0 point price point to get into it.
Yes.
And having that for VTT is important. So I guess while I might be more welcome to spend the money that I spend for my Forge server, I can understand somebody getting in on this being like, I have no money to spend, but I want to get into it.
Well, you silly goofy bean, you're already paying for a D&D Beyond subscription, probably. You can just use that.
Okay.
Hee.
Well, what if you just want to use the free SRD?
So, you can use the free SRD on D&D Beyond. What?
And so that way you don't need to buy a subscription.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Diesel, I mentioned earlier that you use a service to make sure your Foundry works. What service is that?
It is called Forge, which is also like a plug-in addition to Foundry. that it like acknowledges your existence as having the keys. And also it has a marketplace similar to Roll20. I've never used the marketplace. But I guess it's there if you need it. But it also has like D&D Beyond integration. It basically has all the stuff that Roll20 has, but you could link it to your Patreon. So I've gotten my stuff from Patreon in the marketplace, so I don't need to like buy it and all that. But it's like an entire service on top of that, but like it could be also like a very economical service where you're not like blowing shitloads of money to get like maps or whatever. It's definitely more affordable than some of the other things that have been mentioned here. Then there's also a lot of free stuff, which is also really important.
And it handles web hosting for you for Foundry, right?
Yes. I can check right now. I'm paying for the yearly version, and I pay for the world builder, which is like I'm paying like $150 a year. And then I buy extra space because I run so many games, which, by the way, still running out of space.
And for those viewers at home who just listen to Diesel talk about how it acknowledges he has the keys, I did just log on as the game master on his server. So.
No, you can log on the game. If I had a password protection, then you would not be able to. But the reason I don't have a password for those games, by the way, you can only get in because you're like in the game.
The server's always up. Yeah.
Well, yes, but also because I know you, which is why I was able to share the link with you.
Yeah.
Right. So like a random stranger isn't going to get into my game anyway. But I didn't put a password on
the thing.
Yeah, but then they're like I don't know, like a genius. And they'd have better things to do with their time. But I sometimes let other people run games on my server because I spend the money for it. Why not?
Yeah.
So that's like a good way where it's like, oh, well, technically, now that I think about it, you could like split a Forge subscription between multiple DMs.
You could, yeah, in theory.
Yeah.
Yay, Forge!
Yeah,
but yes.
Forge.
If you had the space,
I'm trying to think of any others. Oh, we did bring it up briefly. The failed attempt at a 3D VTT for
There's more than Tailspire.
Sigil. They killed it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sigil was neat. Well, Sigil was neat though. I liked what they were doing.
But you just said that you hated.
Yeah, well, like if I wanted to play, yeah. But here's my steel man. Here's my steel man. Okay, is that I did not look at Sigil the same way I looked at Tailspire. Like Tailspire is like, I want you to play all your tabletop RPGs here. Sigil is like, we want you to play the adventures that D&D has created here in Sigil. And it's basically going to be an action adventure turn-based RPG. And it's like, okay, I mean, that's literally just a different type of video game, but sure, I like that type of video game, I guess. So that's what I liked about it. And also the map making tools, you could make isometric or flat maps, which is also really nice.
Hell yeah. So my biggest thing with that is like, okay, so D&D Beyond has a leg up on anyone trying to make a 3D RPG because they get to basically make a video game. They have an IP.
Yeah.
So they can just make a pre-built environment that you can explore rather than Tailspire being anything that you're going to explore is just going to be, random fantasy game. I don't think that would be bad, but like the built-inness of having this structured world behind your VTT kind of helps with like D&D Beyond definitely has this Wizards of the Coast definitely has this like leg up on everybody with that. Everything they produce, they're going to have pre-built maps, pre-built everything when they produce that thing. I think the issue with Sigil I still have with it is you can still purchase Sigil assets in the marketplace on D&D Beyond.
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's because the service is still there. They're just not doing anything with it.
If
Yeah,
you're if
which
you're
is
not paying attention, you might
insane.
accidentally spend money on a sigil product.
Yeah,
with
it's a ride or
bananas.
die thing, and I think that I would have to check, but my worry is that there's probably some bundle that buys you sigil assets.
So from what I was reading,
Not that I've seen.
sigil is going to be integrated into the D&D Beyond VTT on browser. However,
Oh,
they are hilariously
yeah.
behind on all their features, so keep holding your breath for that one.
Yeah, and
We'll be laughing
can't
when I
imagine
can
that's
just
going to
do
really-
it. Get. Well, we'll come back in like 50 years time to this episode, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
"Hey guys, remember way back
Oh, yeah,
when you
we're
were making
on-
fun of me for D&D Beyond? Well, joke's on you. My games are now all turn-based RPGs. Get fucked."
Hell yeah. We'll do aspirational episode 3000 or something.
Yeah.
We'll come back and talk about sigil and how good it is.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't know. Do you have any? Is there any more thoughts? We've been going at it for an hour already.
No, it's good. Closing thoughts on VTTs. I think that they are wonderful. The integration really makes like organizing your thoughts easier. I can search a monster instead of having to look through a book.
Yeah.
Not that's bad. We are suffering from a literacy crisis, so maybe that's part of the problem, but it helps. I like it. It makes my brain feel good.
It feels like you're trying to rush through this.
No, I'm trying to collect. I'm trying to finish my thoughts.
I mean,
No,
we've got
you're
infinite
good.
time, but they don't have infinite time. The listeners, maybe they got like
Well,
I
if
know.
they're struggling,
Game to
that's
run.
a you problem, Diesel. You should
I
have
know
paced
the
the edit
attention
better.
crisis.
Like,
Diesel, the attention
jeez.
crisis. No, I'm not trying to rush. I'm just trying to like get through my thoughts, and my brain is moving a million miles a minute because it does that. So pumping the brakes.
Slow down.
I think D&D Beyond has so much potential that it is hamstrung by its corporate body, and that sucks. I think that they don't put enough time and effort into making quality of life changes, and they keep just pumping out content, and I don't think that that's benefiting the service that is aging. D&D Beyond is older than Foundry. D&D Beyond came out before 2020, but I think the VTT came out around 2020. I don't have the number when that came out, but
fuck, we were still running one of my. Were we in Eve of Ruins before the Switch was made, Diesel?
We were in Ruin.
Yeah. So yeah.
yeah. So I think there will be a better, more complete experience.
Yeah.
In some other VTT. I think Foundry is out of all of them the most stable price point wise. It's not gone up since it came out. It's been $50. It goes on sale every once in a while. And most modules, I think a lot of I think you can get a Foundry modules through what's it called? Humble bundles. So like I'd have to double check, but like there is ways to get access to these books that seem like another purchase at a greater discount. Drive-through RPG is also real cheap too. It tends to be at a discounted price. Unless you're some kind of AI module writer.
It's great. Drive-through RP. That's another thing we're going to talk about at some point too. Is I've accidentally purchased AI things, but now they label it. And they always refund
That's
me if
good.
I've accidentally purchased an AI thing, which is great to see from drive-through.
Oh,
But
that's wonderful. Yeah.
yeah. But Hal, what are your closing thoughts?
I meant to have those. Fuck.
Believe it or not, yeah.
No thoughts. Head empty. No. I like D&D Beyond. Smiley face. Foundry is really good though.
Ain't nothing
You're
wrong with
killing me, Al. You're killing me. You know, it's crazy because Hal is such a confident yapper when we're not recording anything. What?
A confident yapper. Fuck you. Okay. Fuck you.
She's just a girl, Diesel.
Before
yeah.
before this was like all finalized, I asked Hal if she wanted to do this, and she was like, "I don't know if I can.
I
I'm
don't
too
know.
shy."
I'm a shy girly. Why are you judging me?
Oh Lord. Yeah, I mean,
Jeez, this is my first podcast, Diesel. Cut me some slack.
that's actually it's
Yeah.
kind of impressive. Usually, everybody's got at least one podcast by their age, you know.
Yeah,
You know,
well, I'm not a man in my middle age, so no one
I
cares
am
about
What
my
kind
thoughts.
of fucking
podcast age
that's
right
crazy.
now.
KJ, yeah,
Killjoy
KJ
is
is like the
podcast
right
age.
podcast age.
I know.
I'm sorry for
It's
calling you
finally
middle aged,
happened.
Killjoy.
No, it's good.
What about
It's
me?
fine. I turned
Diesel, you
35 this
deserve
year.
it.
I'll be fine.
God. Well, Hal, if you don't have any closing thoughts, I'll go on to mine.
I mean, fuck. I mean, Foundry good. D&D Beyond still my MVP though. You know.
No, yeah.
Fort complete. Yeah.
What a
You really got
I
a
get it.
insightful look
I
into
don't
the inner machinations of my mind.
I don't even dislike D&D Beyond that much, but then I also still feel like I have a lot of gripes with it, and it's just really hard to recommend anything but Foundry. I think a lot of the times people go to Roll20 because they're like, Foundry is too complicated. But the amount of money that you save by using Foundry and learning a little bit, like taking an afternoon to do these really, really simple things, is an earth-shattering change. And I think in a day and age where we're buying so many subscriptions anyway, he says, as he has both subscriptions to D&D Beyond and Foundry, that finding ways to both have a good experience but then save that money is really important. And there are
I
ways to
agree.
do
That's
it.
why it's all on D&D Beyond.
Well,
to
then,
be
but
clear,
there
the
it's still a
subscription's
subscription.
to Forge, not to Foundry. But
yeah. The subscription's to Forge.
Yeah.
But I theoretically could have just spent $50 and been done with it and port forwarded. It's just that I don't trust my internet to do that, which is why I pay that service.
Yeah.
And I also like to run other systems with D, you know. So
That is fair.
if I was just a
fair.
D&D guy, D&D Beyond would probably be where I'd go. But Roll20 just feels like it really needs an entire UI overhaul and just a complete refresh to really sell me on it.
Hot take. I don't hate the UI in Roll20.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. It just it's very truncated away, and I think it causes people who aren't familiar with computer UIs to not understand what's going on, which is probably the thing that is most annoying.
I remember the player UI not being super great, but the DM backend looking better than what I've seen with
it did
Foundry. Oh, go.
I was gonna say, since we played on it last, well, you guys at least, it did get better.
Oh, that's good.
So it's also less laggy now.
Yeah, we played it with Kat during on once, and it was pretty good. I didn't hate it.
Yeah,
I did not hate it. But yeah, as a player, I would say honestly, D&D Beyond is the easiest one. It's turn your brain off and
go
move your guy around the board and stim and play hide and seek with stickers.
My players do love to play prop hunt. They
Yeah,
recently
they
added
do.
new stickers, which is like every letter of the alphabet. So my
That
players
was a
aren't
bad
allowed.
idea.
Yeah, my players aren't allowed to play with the stickers anymore. But you know, they used to love it back when they were allowed.
I think
louder.
the turnaround on that was like less than a minute.
You know, they lasted until a combat encounter.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And
To be
then
fair, that's a
all it
combat
was
encounter in
was just-
Dragonheim. Those come about very quickly.
yeah.
But my guys, where can people find you on the internet?
Oh my god, you can't.
Uh,
I'm completely off the grid.
yeah.
You can find me on
I can be
Killjoy's
found
YouTube
at
channel.
on YouTube at Adventures in Omdalier.
Yeah.
It's a tiny channel. Please subscribe. Please.
Oh, please.
It'll
we're so
get up
tiny.
there. It'll get
We
up
got one
there.
episode. It's us playing a custom.
Yeah, you're
was it?
very first.
Delta Green.
Yeah.
We played Delta Green, and Ash got everybody killed.
Yeah.
And by that I mean Hal. Hal actually got everybody killed.
Prove it.
Niet.
Duh.
You can
Yeah.
you can find that in the show notes down below for Adventures of Aldemir. Head over to the YouTube channel. Almdalier.
Mhm.
Okay. And
Yeah.
and subscribe to them.
Yeah.
And you can subscribe to Loaded Dice and Mana Potion Tabletop, where we put out
Mhm.
tabletop content all the time. You can find us wherever your podcasts are. Hal is also on a gay ASMR channel called Hal Does ASMR. She doesn't like to mention it, but she does do that
I
as
don't
well.
upload to it.
Well, you know, maybe if
I have
people
posted
start
more
going.
on Twitter than I have the Hal
Well,
Does
you know, the
ASMR channel.
barrier for a tweet is like extremely low. Okay,
You know
don't
what?
count
I'm
that as
gonna
an equivalent
tweet.
exchange.
Hold on.
All right, yeah. You go tweet.
I'm gonna tweet.
Oh my god.
But yeah, you can find MPT everywhere. If you'd like to get episodes early and ad-free, you can do so by heading over to the Patreon. That is also Mana Potion Tabletop on Patreon. We are everywhere. Please follow us. We are going to be releasing more information about the book that's being made.
We're everywhere,
Cryptids
guys.
of the Untamed West.
I'm in your walls. Look out.
You
Okay.
mean untiming.
I'm watching you. I'm watching you right now. I'm everywhere. I'm behind you.
And we're leaving.
I'm giving
She's
you a
coming.
panic attack. Oh lord.
Get out of here. Oh god.
I'm gonna get you.